What if I told you that one of the thinnest and most advanced smartphones ever made is now 40% cheaper than it was when it came out 4 months ago? Today we're going to be unboxing the S25 Edge, see if it's worth the $689 that I paid for it during Prime Day, and we're also going to be doing some light comparisons to everyone's favorite, the iPhone Air. Now, I did pick up the 256 gig version in titanium silver, and I haven't seen this phone in person. I know it's a very beautiful phone, so I'm really excited to take a look at it. So there is the S25 Edge box. Very dramatic with the Edge outlined in white there, letting you know that this is a super thin device. And also, before we get into this part of the unboxing, I did pick up the S25 Edge Kindsuit case. Kind of a weird name for a case, I'll be honest with you guys. This case was highly recommended to me. I got this for $22, which I think is a great deal because as you can see on the back here, it retails for $70, which is even more expensive than Apple's first party cases. So I am very glad I did not pay full price for this guy, but we'll also be taking a look at this in a moment. All right, so let's dive into the S25 Edge unboxing, you guys. We've got our famous little tabs here. Tab number 1. Tab number 2. Perfect. I'm really excited to see this phone in person. I've seen plenty of pictures and videos of it. I've never seen it up close. There we go. That is a gorgeous color. I love the look of this. This is so cool and futuristic looking. And I haven't even taken it out of the box yet, but that silver is making me feel a type of way, you guys. This is a beautiful color. All right, pulling it out of the box here. We've got our 2 huge camera lenses on the back here. One of these is, of course, 200 megapixels, so I will be testing that out because the cameras on this thing are supposedly very, very good. There is the side. Extremely thin phone. So if you guys know the specs, this is a fraction of a millimeter thicker than the iPhone Air. It is very, very close between the two devices, but hopefully the camera is doing justice here. This is an insanely thin phone. Got all the sides for you there. And of course, with every new phone, we have to do a smell test like Flossie. It's good. It smells like savings. Smells like savings, you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and do a peel here. My favorite part of the day. Ooh, that was very sleek. Very sleek. A futuristic unboxing for a futuristic phone. All right, so there it is in all its glory, you guys. On the bottom there, we've got a speaker. I believe it has 2 speakers. If I'm not mistaken, there is one up there by the earpiece. So they did something that Apple could not do with the iPhone Air. Got our volume rocker power button on the side there. Over here, I believe that is a 5G antenna, if I'm not mistaken. So they integrated it into the side of the phone. But this titanium silver is beautiful. 10 out of 10 immediately from first impressions. And you guys know I am somebody that really enjoys design, and this is a phenomenally designed phone. So I'm gonna set that down for a brief second. See if anything else is in the box. I'm going to assume there's nothing in there. All right, top part of the box. What do we have? I'm gonna assume this is a charging cable, but let's open it up just to be sure. See if we got anything extra for the $1,100 that this phone would have cost. USB-C cable, there it is. Nice black cable, not braided or anything like that. So pretty standard. And then we've got our usual materials here. Quick start guide, terms and conditions. Nothing else in the box, you guys. So that is literally it. Welcome to 2025. We don't put very much in phone boxes, as you guys know. So setting that aside, and then I did want to take a look at the Kindsuit case while I'm thinking about it. So again, got a really good price on this one. I'm thrilled that I did not pay $70 because in my opinion, that is overpriced for a case. So let's go ahead and open this up. There we go. Ooh, I like the feel of this feels a lot like leather. We've got a guide for how to put it on there in case you've never used a phone case before. I'm gonna set that aside. The sleeve is interesting. It kind of looks like this has been used or returned. Again, I did buy this on Amazon for a pretty good price, but they told me it was new, so I'm assuming it's new. Oh, I really like how they did the sides. So they did it pretty much exactly like the volume rocker on the phone itself. So it looks like this is also in titanium. It's definitely metal, so that's very nice. We've got a camera ring, also appears to be titanium. If it's actually titanium, shout out to Samsung, because titanium in a phone case would be crazy. Here we go, designed by Samsung, made in China. Inside is a nice soft felt there, you guys. Feels really good. Yeah, this is a great feeling case. There's not a lot of give to it. Very solid, especially on the sides. Bottom is fully exposed. All right, let's go ahead and get the Edge in the case. Oh, I might need the instructions, you guys. I'm not quite sure how to put this on. I'm just kidding. Very thin case, so really doesn't take away from the thickness of the phone, which is fantastic. Buttons are very clicky and responsive. I love how the back of this looks. It really just adds a little something extra with the ring around the cameras. Got the Samsung logo, and again, really nice soft case. Feels like leather. I'm assuming it is a vegan leather. So on the bottom, we've got enough room for the USB-C port, SIM card tray, and the speaker all fully open, and the microphones as well. That's great to see. This is a really well-made case. I am very impressed. I can see why they charge $70 for this. I would actually consider paying that price for this. This is a very nice case. So that is the S25 Edge Kindsuit case, as you guys can see. And I checked right before filming, this case is still $22 on Amazon. So please do not pay full price for it on Samsung's website. Go to Amazon and get that discount. So what I'm gonna do next here, you guys, is take it out of the case and we'll compare it to the iPhone Air sitting in the corner here. There we go. I like to use the camera bump to kind of help me with cases like this, especially for really thin phones like this one. All right, so before we even turn this guy on, I just wanna do a design comparison. I'm probably going to do a first impressions of software and everything in a separate video. We'll just make this one about design, the thinness, and comparing it to the iPhone Air for my initial impressions. I'm gonna very gently put the two screens together here. So from the side, this is how we're looking between the two phones. So again, the S25 Edge is ever so slightly thicker than the iPhone Air. It is a fraction of a millimeter, you guys. It's really not a big deal. And you can notice the difference in the materials right away. So both phones are made out of titanium. We've got shiny titanium on the iPhone Air, which in my opinion is a very nice touch. It looks beautiful, but I'm really feeling the matte titanium of the S25 Edge. I think this is a gorgeous design. It suits the shape of the phone very, very well. It makes it look like a kind of like industrial piece of hardware, which I think is really cool. So I'm just gonna rotate the two of these, let you guys see them from multiple different angles here. We'll go ahead and do this side as well, tops of the phones. And we'll do camera bumps in a second here because that is something I do wanna compare. Because with really thin phones like these, the cameras have to go somewhere. So camera bumps are definitely a reality here. So comparing the camera bumps on the back, and there are two vastly different design choices at play here. So of course with Apple and the iPhone Air, they introduced the camera plateau for this model. So a lot of the phone's internals actually live in the camera plateau, and most of this part of the phone is battery, which is extremely impressive design. And when it comes to the S25 Edge, they just wanted to make as much room as possible for the high-res 200 megapixel camera on the back there. And I believe we also have an ultra-wide camera to work with, which of course the iPhone Air does not have, as we've got one lens versus two. The Samsung, I would say overall, if we're counting the cameras, I think the overall area of the phone is thinner compared to the iPhone Air because the camera plateau simply takes up more space on the iPhone Air versus the camera bump on the S25 Edge. And even if I make a weird comparison and do it like this, you can see that the camera plateau is a lot longer and more pronounced than the S25 Edge. So there's a wacky kind of comparison for you guys there. Probably haven't seen anybody do that before. And then comparing the backs of the phones, so we do have Apple's new Ceramic Shield 2 on the back here. So the back is all glass. With the S25 Edge, this is also glass, but it really looks like it's part of the titanium shell, which is very impressive to me. So we've got a nice matte glass kind of on the back here. I think that's a very classy look. I mean, however you spin it, these are two really beautiful phones. I'm really thrilled to have both of these in the studio to test out for you guys. So there we have it, my initial impressions of the design of the S25 Edge. And before I let you guys go, we do have to power it on really quick. Got to do an initial power up for you guys. Just to take a look at the screen here. I want to take a quick look at the screen quality, the bezels and everything like that. Nice little welcome screen there. Looks like we've got 63% battery. So just to quickly compare the bezels between the two of these, you guys, you can tell the iPhone Air is much more rounded. They've got kind of the squircle design that they're known for. And the S25 Edge is rounded as well, but it's definitely got more of a rectangular look to it compared to the iPhone Air. But very pretty screens here, very minimal bezels on both of them. To my eyes, the bezels look exactly the same. And fun fact, the screen on the iPhone Air was actually made by Samsung, so you know the screen quality is going to be phenomenal on both devices. So there is the first initial look at the screen for you guys. All right, so that is my unboxing and first look at the design of the S25 Edge. Now, if you guys have any questions about this phone while I am testing it, things you want to see, things you want me to do with it, go ahead and leave a comment with your suggestions down below. And hey, if you guys want to be notified for future videos with this phone and the other devices on the channel that I'm currently testing, you'll find that subscribe button down below right next to the like button. Anyways, guys, I am Dan. I do tech every day. I appreciate you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one. Peace.